Anapa ya mo achi am akwa de Adom TV so braso se de Pampaso dwumadie esomwo na efri cyber kopem se duba ko bebo na se ben na igadam dendenden wo mamu a ohwe se fata se yedi ho enkomo se ebetua first lady ni eye second lady ka former president wonu mo yerenom eka ne ho keka ho se the recommendation ne ba ya na se yentua no they say I take a new twist ebinya to wase biebiem enkre ban se yema mpani ne ye Mama Rebecca Kufado se kurase waka wonwe se saa na ekọ ne nkomodie ni ade na ono akura wo nhia sika no na dada no mpu no obehwe asan ede aba ye ma mebu ofu ana se ija na hye no na oba. All right, me din nana se ampofo je ye twa mreba me Kamal Dean or member of the MPP, a deputy communications director and a Greater Accra regional organizer of the NDC, Anthony Nupenu. Something for me na number be digma yetwa homrana yemfa communication. All right, yamo akwa babiem e de Adom TV Pampaso dwumadie so mama bedwafo akwa aba nan nkomo dapono so no enyanto wase enwudwam Alhaji Kamal Dean deputy communications director at the MPP. Alhaji, good morning.
Oh, good morning. I'm for GHC899K.
Adom any experience in here hoye pa.
Ma hu wache.
Ja, say yegugum
o suit you se sana afa we ni mame.
Sa we enko wo so wo so wa.
We I said demufu abisa. A different cry. I said demufu me hu bi cry da. Oh, so say afa mame.
Bacho mate.
Wa hu ofendo cry san abamo.
Abamo.
I shall no smack so cry so still.
Onim say afi na me emergency nka wo komeka me no beko.
Eh sa o. And afi so corona anti man come.
Haja ambaso. Last year ambaso, right?
Yes, last year ambaso.
And this year so.
This year so ambaso.
E basa ya en hardren.
Oh, there be esipen. I mean I see it's a bibia no Yakopon ye someone no cry. Or say or how be more. Ben fan say yare hu nsem na other things no. Or relax it, do ho no relax it. As summa was what the man no cry. Fan say yare no akodu yan Muslim say ye bomb 5 times a day. Na 5 times a day ni ebia wo number of times a wo bo. Na say ebia yare nti untimi emmo no nyina na Yakopon ateso ama say ebia say 4 bi na nka obebo na nka abo 2. Then you move on. So I think say yare nti no some of these things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his wisdom of course will understand us and of course grant us that mercy.
All right. Tony. Anthony Nupenu Greater Accra regional organizer of the NDC and hopefully our national. Say ujinam.
Hey, really?
Oh yes.
Menti yo.
Tony national.
Tony na wa eh o party so there.
We national.
Na we to abaman, you to abaman na obe ha MPP.
Say.
There be ento abaman. Kai NDC for mo to abaman.
Say we national assembly.
We gidi.
I'm about Adom Gine. It's not about national.
I know one thing a question no. Was we Gine move for national contest na? That's the question obisa.
Ni nyina gina nya me na kwanche.
Na o mask no minim se na wo de no waye no. I say aha.
Say we N90.
Say NDC for the no share different.
Me who the way I am.
No position I share mask no different. Muntimi share straight. One share man akon asese bi.
Say it's not part of us.
Asemo. Na mask ya no pe kwa na me bisa say.
Why her journey to the west?
I ma heard that.
Why her journey to the west?
Baji asem na
person. Oh Baji. What's that Baji the way?
Enti me say Baji ara pa.
Oh.
Come on with my tempo.
Let me know what I mean. That end is for sure.
Baji pa.
Oh,
waka shifu.
Opeduane zoro.
Waka shifu mimi say Baji.
Tony.
Yeah.
Say bibia aboko de.
Divine selection account.
Ana pe me da wana na medwon say Ghana na say you nose mask ni e pam bi o. Una wa be me ba ni say.
See, and that is the danger. See, asema work of tamabai e no crepa.
You say who here no say locally manufactured na ba ko pra. They say nyina imported na.
Me kai say nansen ya na media obi biara ye sorry a it's Ghana made in Ghana rice. Let's patronize locally made rice in normal. Yati akoda. Yanka hu asem bio. Look, let me tell you, Israel is Israel today. And the Jews are powerful today because Israel ni obanos obeto phone we, not one ekuta we, not another person out there on say Israel ni kuta we. None then ye 5,000 Ghana cedi. Not only then the same thing no. Turn then ye 2,000 Ghana cedi or better 5,000 Ghana cedi. Once it is the brother selling the 5,000, he will buy the 5,000 and will not buy the 3,000. Ubi so more. They say they have to empower themselves. Okay, to stand up against the world and to stand up against what is against them. But yeah, we don't have that. We fight each other, and all we do is pettiness, like issues I ever discussing. Very petty.
You think say a petty?
It is very petty.
Maybe to you.
Obi a worried. Obi a new or bar value. Any enquala value, any mammy for value. Only just ask them we any chop here. Mammy no matter. Me kaya mami no ma from Nado Mills to Samira Baumia to Rebecca. You look to run them down and lie. Say a person you chew moka. You understand? I mean, when you twist the matter, when you even read the report, no, they're different. Just what we are going to discuss is petty and cheap. Me, I get emotional about this. Our mothers suffer a lot.
They
will sit here and
you can't say you perceive Chiomoka.
Today, the narrative is that I was listening to Sammy Jemfi when I was coming here somewhere. I say they are not against the allowances. Allowances young custom Chiomo. What kind of hypocrisy is that? They are against salary. Now, what kind of report? Now, maybe I share that kind of report. No? Table now a 7.3
report.
Yes.
What kind
of that kind of I sat down and took my time.
What's in the reporter?
Simply, I'm happy we have just started this conversation. But I think, first of all, let me say hello to him and hello to you.
Instead of saying heat, that's the topic you're discussing.
Me can't report.
But unim, I in your one here, what's a more the cry? Said he was here heating and not walk come and I say tea.
So can I go on?
Yes, Makuma number from there start.
Okay, report. Now Makuma performed that. I've not lost my emotions. I'm still on. But the point I want to make, okay, report now. First part, mention spouses of your say.
Sitting and former president.
First one. Two parts. Second part, a recommendation. First part, they mentioned them. And Omuka said, there is no legal basis. Report next year. Report said there's no legal basis to include them to Article 71. That is what the
that's a fact.
And that's a fact. So when some people want to write and say, present to us legal basis, where the legal? The people themselves are telling there's no legal basis. Omuka. Then they proceeded to say, in the past, and what has happened is first lady C and then second lady C, they even sometimes make appeal to the chief of staff, certain chief of staff, say they cannot subsist. No more thing. And it happens. I'm telling you, look, my brother, if you go into public life and you have certain restrictions to follow, say say, soldier forging also, police forging also, you cannot do anything. My good brother, it's only reasons. It's only reasonable, brother. Say, enka omaino ye dream beyond that. Na ye person be at my support home. Now, done a conversation. Do you know, say, you were International Association of First Ladies in the world?
I know.
Do you know that? Do you know, say, mame, Konedo Ajima Rollins, or call Beijing conference in, when was that? And the Rollins, Beijing conference, in
the 90s, no?
The 90s, no? And it was to look for the rights of women and how to empower women in the world. Do you know now Lord Dina Mahama has attended certain functions outside? Attended certain places. Absolutely. You see, let me tell you, by default, not by their making, when you make the husband the president, you have engaged her. By default. Now, why engages her?
You said by default.
May say yes, of course. Once I'm engaging in panel, by default, reasonably make. You see, and my argument is based on reasoning, and logic, and objectivity. Say nipana waya Yameku president, you know. By extension, you have given some engagement to her. Now, saying that American First Lady be one of the, I think, who was coming to Ghana. It was Michelle Obama, one of the first ladies, came to Ghana. Or you say Air Force One, or a president?
It depends on the arrangements they have over there.
No, No, that is the point. I'm saying that by default, now, I say you are part and parcel of the nation.
And I say it depends on
but
the
yes,
arrangements they have
we sit
in
here and
America.
we are so cheap. So why should we give 22,000 or 21,000 to a first lady as an allowance? Are we that cheap? And is that a discussion we are going to have on air? Now we are happy
but
that...
if you say we are cheap,
yes.
Do you consider the country that we are in? Have you considered our finances, our economy, the system we are running, how people are suffering, and all that, your needs and your wants? Have you considered all those things? Because maybe I will tell you what can say. You talk about more company by default, no. You are engaging in it. You talk about so by default, no. Our responsibility or Ghana Nibia so say obeherse Ghana Nibia at least the basic niema here our life in Sabeka. But I'm for sanka zaniema no. It is a wo hwe if you are talking about reasoning and the rest. Are you talking about those things too?
May I respond now?
Yes, please.
I want to answer your question with same reasoning again. Have you considered?
Kasa mama nchira wade kasa now ye say ya obi ti baby obeka say kasa nipa ni nim nyansa na
sorry
enye good sign. Yes,
okay, that's it. I want to add this to us. Have you also considered say from Kodedo Ajima Rollers running to most of the first lady, the second lady we have sikana omotimi use omo own connections reason you are making the argument of contra yewum and you are making the argument of contra a woman ebia ebimu ohiafo nyanya bibi ni other things na order sikana omunya uses as kanokosi hospitals day care centers eboboa top hospital beds ye dey ma your friend is saying Ghana for
the country no the nation no. Have
you considered that toil and the support, okay, and that empathy they have generated within them to sympathize and empathize with people who are also poor? Have you considered how?
And have you considered the benefit that goes to their husbands in that venture? Say obi timi hwe say your first lady Mama Rebecca sika utimi bobo no di see a baby and mother unit e wo komfa nochi any kolebunti no eno nko akra nti no beto aba manikunu. Have you considered that one too?
It is so you are speaking the same language. You see, it is about.
And I make say some benefits na ekwa kodu ni
kuno. You made my point. And I'm saying we are speaking the same language. I'm for you. TSM no. Nipa na we say on same fata say ye be man no toku. Ana one dime. Sa nipa no so etima yetima amagana. Aboa say mame nko boa sebi jan enyanka. Mame moa offers. Mame moa babies. Na yentimi see anymore mo. Have we asked ourselves what goes into how they prepare to get some of these things for us? Then if this nation, at the end of the day, will sit down to say, young for money trapia, then you want them. You see, this legal argument is neither here nor there. Already my catcher will say, committee now, catcher will say, so legal argument doesn't even rise. Because they themselves has alluded to the fact that legally
the fact of the matter, what we are discussing here, I mean, me and Kasan, me who say my colleagues be at na baby or modidi a first lady and answer second lady at time on this issue.
I didn't say you.
No, but I say why I fixated on the insult but we are looking into the merit of what does say almost deserve it and almost deserve and what do for one see na mema
if you allow us to sometime if you allow us to if you allow us to flow a bit boy. Demi Patrick said there is a conversation out there in town. Ye nyina di hon komo. Omo mo ka hon papa e wo ho.
Omo ka bonu so ho.
But the major issue he said, emra entre kwan say yan form nka article 71. And I may say o ka report na. Enti am obedu report no anka babia say
waje atun say emra
71. Debi omo anka nsa. Now so omo making argument say based on humanitarian purely support and based on say what Emma each other no. First ladies and second ladies sometimes even suffer and struggle to subsist. That's the argument. And based on that no, sa cases na ye de be ma presidency no, yemfa omonka ho. Na yempe allowance ba ye mom. Ade a ye tue da. Na yen so yem man kan report no, then we can move forward. Now to end with no, onim say there is a law that establishes the Local Governance Act. Onim sir. Okay? And it is based on that law that DCs and MMDCs are now part of the Article 71. But when you go by the Constitution, they are not even part of Article 71. Again, there's a Presidential Act. What kind of report that you see? Presidential Act also establishes Office of the President, staff or more, any normal. Again, by default, no, and by indirectly, no, you are paid up because of that law. You are paid up Article 71. What kind of Constitution? They are not part of Article 71. These are germane issues we should be discussing and talking about. Now, so somebody just said, "Nana, the see episode 20 until me 20 years." And is that a serious comment?
That one is unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. That's the point I'm making.
We are all worried that
there
are people.
No, to say Nana, so until me
but you as a politician,
there
are people who don't understand issues. Come on. There are people like Omunte and Sembiase and said your mobile no sana omofano. So the opportunity So the opportunity you get here as a deputy communications director is to explain to say Nipana Omunte Sasam Nasenum. What I say, you don't fight them.
No.
Tony. Yeah. What that's in amateur TF4 and the Anma Asia. Penifone muka say no dey ahwe dey beef ona dey once
na buy and say what pebe bu pa e national Indiana
me nua e bi ni a me so de go mani a obu be wo twi kasem
o man penya kufu do akọ tam professor Antia ma bedu bakrom no ona akọ tam asem we di ba ya ayensem deja asem ni say
but say the start asem mo ka ho bi na ya na discussions no. So the start here say me the law that say was after every 4 years emolument committee now all my recommendations it's been there since you started 1992
and say no na make no
and say those case una nan kufu ado kofa intiamo na that say ne time ya no kofa
assembly yenga say emolument committee yes intiamo be do report so
okay specifically
say no muka but that is yenya Green Street yenya Bwando yenya all of them. And you see the fact of the matter and say all these committees that have been set up by former presidents Biano
Chinrihese committee so by also ne de nsem ne so kofa ne ma bebre yensi dan ba akoma ne onipa no ba ko nkran ne ho
ka omu se committee na nsem bebre omu na mo fa nsem ne ba omu nyina omu recommend all these things based on the allowances rolling time sha se kufo be shemu kina but omu wie yemfa first and second ladies dino share report no because it is something that operates within the office of the president government machinery allocation.
Yes, eno ni she sumase.
Enye sumase per extension. Per extension. Because the office of the president ni yire ni manyina per extension mo kan privileges or enjoy no extend it to your mobile.
That's exactly what it is in
the report. To the quantum that we are seeing today. I get him. Inti yenform di nka ho. Inti ye see budget you can say allocation to the office of government machinery. Office of government machinery. Obi biara mampenyi be engage as cleaner as obekita ni phone no bibia no omu nyina wo echefa ewo.
That was our budget.
Enti se committee we say a novelty o. Say adi ashasi ache na ye pese in the first place, a month soon, call chief of staff office and call physical table. So it is transferred to the account. And to be because they were paying them on tabletop. It is said no. To a large extent, a discussion I petty kakara. I very petty.
So you side with Kamal.
Pettiness now. Yes. Because we are not discussing as no. It's like we are discussing the people, the persons, and a year as a country we are not getting serious in some of these things. I'm a politician. I understand. Say, people say opposition here, they are boxing, but to what extent is that would I give vote to my people? No, because who can say na we, and almost say na
more attribute to the fact that the president says he will protect the public purse. Meanwhile,
protection of
right now, o share person the oyi free mu de e kwa man ebusi. No. I based
politics and especially democracy is expensive to service. If you can't service it, let's call for the barrel. Let's go to the military rule. Yes. Democracy now highly expensive per the constitutional details now yang kasa ya 1992 constitution. Nyama na wom say obi be sumo man yen fama no. Say yes yen pa yen ko kasa nyama no ho.
So you side with Omo for say there should be a general overhaul and overlook. Ewo sa article 71.
It is not about general overhaul or general overlook. It's about looking into the constitution. Then a woman
enye papa.
If you say enye yen amend. Let us not look at the people who occupy the office. Because everybody will get an opportunity. And then I see MPs Kodilo, and then you see some MPs being populist. Look, let's get serious in this country. You see, Nyame wa dum na ye peja wo si ha, nyama se ne enfam ma the fe ejuma. Say nyama na edi ma ejuma na wo ye nso ani a, let's talk about that one as well. 81st lady, second lady. And then, I'm going to let us some refund no musica.
I'm so pescani.
So, moon pescani be ma. A buying officer, mutim mufim.
I'm free.
A buying shine on mutim omufanko. Because it's all part of the. No. You see,
all for say a buffon on the
they cannot be angry. Ghana for na omuntin yamasi. Let's all take time to explain issues to them.
All for say, and I'm on to no more to know a buffo.
Why should they be angry in the first place? Buffo Ben. The moment I will enjoy public office, in Crawford Nebeka on one sem, and Yamwa, upon Tibia Meka on one sem, Nipa Nebeka on one sem. And I hear he needs swear at this one, you better go to the extent he did them. It is the hazard of the office. It's not the first time. President Anna or Mampenyi yedin at them. It is a say my personality have been discussed and you cannot return that money if you enjoyed it. But
I know someone settled the debate and the hula baloo about say the man on now we can any trust
no take step where you are calling on all the other former first ladies to refund what?
On council being funny.
You don't do it.
And I said the why no say na be call for.
Say Samira saw issue statement.
Samira saw issue.
So per extension, you don't do it.
Oh, her say Rebecca Lodi na kokan eyi.
Of course.
No,
because a idea existed and then you mami full lima. Say that is the trender. Okonya sasika no enotia. Ye mami Kufu, a champion, some
I say, well, individual principles and standards.
They should lead by example by explaining the issues. Dia edi asemna ba huya banu recommendation na report which say ye pejomu to the status of cabinet minister. That is where the crux of the matter is. And again, yentiomu backdated.
Yes.
And a whole assembly war until TUC. Oh,
I see
that is where the discussion is.
Come on, that's one huge issue.
So,
come on, back the simple. Yes. Say you who say allowance in the moment into your moka. Some of Nipa no madin come on. Omun shade ni how but CM backdate and 2017. Adena feni so why the retrospective effect?
Obianti mean the amount of money. So we have been told that they were taking 22,000 as an allowance. And I say, yes, the cabinet minister got 32,000 or so. And almost Gisa, then backdated from 27. So the difference on 22 to 32, 10,000, and on back calculate from 2017 to now, that is where they must reject. But continue to be on the some betina 22,000 allowance no obi anka ho asem ye because that is what they are entitled to. Etimu be kire say na ye mpe mfa na say
ene se kosi koda ye dem mo boy on person anu so boy
per extension no uti aban office uji aban fuel uti aban shemu fani nyina ko
nse sa de o ka se ni kunu bo na ko makra no so fanko san se aban
ma no media sa letters na aba bonti no mi giri se ye mame no omunya abotre na so mu pese sika no omo yusu ewi on person refund dia mi min chiro ma dibi per the tone of their letter almost on humanitarian mami Rebecca and pay my account another set mi sa chiro sa sika na kwako tua a obi ba ko di yehu dia be no suppose so ye humanitarian service a ko moto we no so ajiringa no to Manet road crossing on engage engineers no mun create underground tunnel with that money so that young man in nkora mu twa ho school adope bia before adibes san na ka abo bi no humanitarian you will do a job for the people and they'll be happy. But to go and put this money so this car we call to infant
consolidated fund back now.
Consolidated fund into office of the government machinery. Into one G free any ministry finance or finance. What they call to president the Eddie Jumabe. But me this car we engage in ye Jume bi na Ghana for now. Omu kan ho say oh mama yi kra ni sika odi no. Ade odi aye ni. Samira so timi di odi kosi hostel a musu be si amaka ya wontimi si no. Timi di kosi. Nyu say odi usika no aye bibi. But this is money you are entitled to. More enjoy it. Are you going to pay back with interest? Until you are there, you the personality out of it. Going forward, then any here say be yama yaman paying for omu jirinu omu fie. What are they entitled to? Tony, currently, the constitution says Tony,
before so anu besi no. Is it a case say bas omo refund there? Let's just say
it is not so. Some say personal grounds, no. And I'm saying it's personal grounds. And I'm saying allowance mun GBM. And the aban car much is mufanko.
All right.
Aban offices are much.
That point is well
made. You know, say personally, you don't have to engage government on anything.
Article 71. Nipa omo fall under 8 no. Any benefits are omunya. A best subject of discussion over the years, especially as Gracia nomini adie manfo di ho nkomache. But I say ye nya kukuduro ensi so pose. Ade no baabi a ye duru no. Anase ye hwe ahoden a saa de we dreni o man nti ye nyimfi wa anase ye mpe kwa afoforo bi mfa so. Enti bibi kitwa bi kofa ho pe na a escalate.
Many I've always thought that politicians and our public office holders, in this case, the executive, the judiciary, and of course, legislature. Any omwa emra ema kwan say yem fam ka ho. Omo ni media for omo share the ending kita ho pa on this Article 71 provisions in the Constitution. I'm happy you have raised this matter. It's either say assembly bar na ya twisting abonten na reasons why you arrive at a particular decision no and they are twenty and discuss this reasons no what be say MP wo hoyi na juma yi 4 year whether guaranteed to be renewed or not to be renewed no from the electorate and now more meto abama no and ameboa he will subject himself again. Now we have some public officers who are not elected officers. What you say assemblyman e wo hoyi or also we don't even talk about them all. We are electing assemblymen ye more toku. Do you know assemblymen are not paid? We don't give them anything, but yet we go and elect assemblymen. Teku, whatever. Good. You see, we don't give them anything. Now, so the street light, SA or area, also for assemblyman number for street light. Sabia, also for assemblyman. Sanso na MP so betina parliamentar. Mania, the same way we say on Bayamra. No only development. Now a coin SA when you kruma or say MP no or a vessel me coin one year we are not taking care of them. Enra I looked at this Article 71 now, OCA privileges to the public officers, including the MPs. Clearly, those privileges and courtesies and salaries and allowances, no, according to the Constitution, no, says that we should charge it on the consolidated fund. Now, so Oko Parliament now, you say almost for more salary and loan and talk 40% of the salary. I think we are shortchanging even the MPs.
That's another
We should
issue.
even be the matter. Because media, no, any public officer see and Kayensia Kunya do a workshop. Let us be able to table some of these things. Otherwise, we are coming out there and speaking to matters with ignorance. For me, I am passionate about this, and I'm worried because look at where we have brought our mothers today. What bizarre question for Fair say, Mama Samira Edeni Diaba, not Mama Bekinsu Deni Diaba. Does it show, say, Mama Nado Mills, Lordina Mahama, Matilda, Emisa Ata, until Munina Jomuji and almost San Famrana? It's a legitimate question you have asked, but we have caused this to ourselves. And I make cases to say, Obia one your girlfriend crying her ye, Papa Crada. Obia one worry that Papa. Want me uncle to ring Emma Obida. Sahani Pana Betnase and run down people who have responsibility taking care of families in this country. And speak unguarded. And I did before no eban. You go and say that unto me in yere cry, after they'll see a minor yere. And you expect somebody who gets that, a mother who takes that allowance, not to return it. He will return, she will return it and show you that Obet Marsha will cry, will cast and phone out, it's not a proper language. I'm happy my brother has agreed that we are being petty on this matter. But like you said, let us have a discussion on it. Okay, report now. Until Mobidi report now. The report has cataloged so many issues. And my references to so many past reports where they have mentioned the spouses, where they have mentioned other factors. And almost make a comment say, even in Kofubi Hokrana, they fall under Article 17, which the law does not even prescribe them. Now, so because there's a law, we have added them. Oma can send be and Omuko says, say, based on humanitarian grounds, you name so monka ho dear. Na you name say Omo dia ho akona ba Omo yes state work no. And the emfa Omo privileges na nkombenya emfa presidency dear no, any vice president dear no. So that Kodru vice president, president, then you'll be able to do what? Give her own to her. That is in Shishayana menu akai. Say presidential staff and already that's what the committee has done. So I want to beg. You're discussing semi. We should just take emotions out and look at reasons that establishes the ex gratia and then the emoluments for these public officers. You hear reasons now, then we ask ourselves, are they cogent reasons? Are they very good reasons? Then we can move from there with the conversation. Otherwise, we are not doing ourselves any good. Tomorrow, it could be you, the president, and your wife will be the spouse. I mean, the first lady. It could be Kamal Din. It could be Tony Nupenu. It could be your cameraman and anybody else who is here. And I'm saying that if we don't build a society where we take respect to elders, then we are going to tarnish our own image and destroy our own country. I think the politics is getting too much. We must do it, but we cannot say by all means, Ghanaians are very reasonable and understand what we are talking about.
All right. Now me try me say the former president John Dramani Mahama released a statement now making reference to some of these issues up in constitutional review commissioner yet na omo try say ombeji amanfo adwen na nioma was a review of your constitution. You see sometimes amanfo binum go to the extreme when it comes to issues like this. Passion I will exhibit right now. No, sana the ordinary people be so almost wabontin so exhibit because on TRCSA constitution no the politician na ono na many 2 minutes waba betena sebi ni dibremu no constitution na ye niam bi e de abon ho ban but ono no to aba no as a constitution so enche da ni bibi o de bon ho ban ono ne wants and needs ho but what the make and some of these issues eba or the before never kasa because of course only platform ya meba o
ambo for you
yeah
asem na maybe every 4 years na ya to be egum ni aka ho asem sa na ye bufu na tem didi all is because the Ghanaian electorate is so much disappointed in the political class.
Sure.
Ye ni ye ya na montu ni ye kan
Because they see say the system favors them.
The can say be any at the end of the day, no. And match it. So the voter is always angry. But at the end of the day, so the voter itself is highly a contributing factor to why the politician is not performing. Are you getting me? What to MP Swaba? You see MP by 10 until the parliament. 6 o'clock, must align on the fee. So one shemu no kwa musu mbumu. Otina mu nchenso a 10 o'clock be na muti ho until ko parliament. How will he contribute to the effective work of the legislature? Muba hosa no pano, mo be numti, mo be di dokuno ni nyina se iska. Mo be gi lorry fare, mo be gi school fees, mo be gi hospital. Ni nyina se iska. But South voter na ti say yama MP 10,000 per hey. And then it MP 10,000. And I'm media my age 13 years, market 1,000 Ghana.
My pension, my obi guys my age 40 years.
And so sa who now can pay 1,000 Ghana no. Who now can catch you suffer. Say you invite you MP number to Harvest Committee chairman. Or by MP about the over 5,000.
O come 500 MP in such a day.
Ma 1,000 punish at MDD. So you the same person who didn't pano who fell. And so what super say on your so you see like Kamaka, we share constitution, any their MPC in ya. We are shortchanging them.
It's true.
They are not being charged but how the constitution says on the concern. They are more alone. And so Tokano, the office of the member of parliament, no use or qua with JC.
I agree with that proposal. Too much.
Within on only 4 years, he can work, he can save and buy a car for himself. And no dear one far buying car. But we so that so Chinamina may MP at the same car. And I'm assuming you. But when you the current aside in Ankoso, our superstitious belief.
But since
because Kama is the former MPP, me really know. Didier Bain, and now 70 years now
the confirm crowd say it will be an accident that when him dada.
The superstition,
and it's not even about superstition. Your culture of maintenance. Former president John Rawlings, Mustati Sakumono, STT say you see the MPC. Is it not about maintenance and issues here and after that?
It is not the parliamentary service and the maintenance. And yeah, MP never maintain.
But trust me, maintenance is a problem.
Yes, maintenance quota is one.
Our system is very truthful to ourselves. Even cars are passing on from a regime to the other regime. No.
Regional ministers.
There's no way say a new minister about say can't minister that any team now come on.
But what is wrong?
Yeah.
What is wrong?
And that is our problem.
Because
that is our problem.
Yes, buying die penny can change. And yes, sir.
And no sunti ni ebre no. And sunti ni ebre no.
Akwa we are nutrition mefi or Britain.
Akwa
Prime Minister.
Why in Jesus
Boris. Na say nutrition mefi.
Yeah, right, Yankubu Tony.
Oh, but nutrition mefi.
A UK Prime Minister said now.
Boris Johnson.
Mefi. Abe.
Make a badge and no.
Oh, the bicycle no use. What's your bicycle? No, to say this bicycle. I transited from maybe Tony Bless. I be doing that is dead. They don't.
Yeah. Here forced to bomb.
I come here in the office. Other people. And then obi ni ho, omanpanyi bi ni ho, but to furniture crowd in the office about an also. So we have a problem.
A attitude, a cheap politics, a extreme polarization of our system. Meaning, extreme polarization. No, say the and I believe say the way you see kono me penyimfo de omo hu nyamobo omo hu bida omo hu bipen they have seen it all. Someone like Hackman Osajiman, someone like President former President Kufuor, someone like Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, someone like Osafo Mafo. Yen na ye ho eye obumobo. We the young ones. And ye wu by heart and some ye cancer ye ebi mutimi wu obi driving the car be no akọ crash it. Ye the sakawa for it, ye the bibi is insane fibia na ye. We are not taking care of ourselves, trying to get these elderly people to bequeath this country to us. Ye betimi aboa ama eyiko. Nsem fibia beba minam ma no na ma kana me call because me politics. We don't even understand it. And am I worried? I sit down somewhere and then sometimes I said to myself, say, sir, patience na ye here. Sir, abutrana was a ye here, and sir, additional ye here to mold ourselves and then help ourselves either as Christians or as Muslims, you know, to rise and get this country in a better place, you know. That patience, we don't have it. Sir, abutrana ye nibi.
Now, surprisingly, her population, yeah. A Christopher and Cremophone and
it's sad.
So they teachings in the
we are fake. Most of us are either fake Muslims or fake Christians. We are fake. And I'm saying that we the young ones on social media who can type, who can write any nonsense, will write and go. Who can sit on radio and say any nonsense. People with Madidi at 10 pounds on their pen as
the truth is, to say come out here, our deputy communications officer.
Yes.
You know portfolio now, a regional organizer. Now call a car that there be a Sabrina, if I said Boabin and a deputy communication. Not Uchino. Yes, you buy a car in this one. Uben you will trim sa for so original organizer never former regional organizer car that debut tree is on the
Tony made that point, and you are also making the same point. And then making the same point. Your attitude, your way of doing things, the way we don't trust each other, the way we misuse public state your friends say properties.
I bet you near do to any other.
Nina all of it.
Make I say my minister Tony even Jubilee House. It's a Flagstaff house, young Canisa, by the same friend Jubilee House. In 2009, we learned Nipebik can say Prof. Graham feel comfortable so better because of feel say you see Mekai or Mampeni that Akufo by Castle also Tinano. So and you may be a Jerry
Parliament cry you say you the BB koto obi chair say
meaning something now what
superstitious beliefs
the way you feel say you GDA or Nyamimu adrian ye de sum so we always perceive say akwa we do Nyami boni obeyemi enti we have all manner of thinking about things share in parliament we omo lusu aya relocating of office asofo ni ekobon
ekobon pa ye ni ade
so obi awo ni gidi oni omo di malams be ko omo di asofo be ko se be bon pa na you see dami no gidi bi se me ju ho boni na wo susu mi ho boni a I have the faith and belief say nothing will come to me ena edro su ko so one fa usan shemu a obi edu ko shema enyo that is my strong belief because you see
said your chese kan wo se kan
uko edro wura ho no o si fa ebubra no mamba no fa nya nyankoma de mo obi di uko no o si onko fa akukọ abra no ma na akukọ moja we nim say abra no ma enti enyawa then you go back na si fa odwan bra odwan moja we nim so you go at the last blood high nipa are you ready to sacrifice human being so you don't even start at all
right
maybe how the system is
yebes abasisi ana yenyen kraimra na yemra me wie yenkomodie na yenhwe say anamuntu a ye first lady ene ye second lady atuo no out of anger ana say eye bibia e wo se ye hwe na ye ka no once and for all yebasisi all right, I'm going to be about Adom TV, Pampaso, you made so now. You're a fair partner, say, just about 6 minutes, and member 3 minutes now. Come out. Right now, we have members of parliament, including Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, any other members are almost 18 say this issue about Article 71 for no cry a brasso say yeshena see scrap you senso ya mendio senso any day minim o personal view about emoluments e wo memo na yemfanwie
yo me da say ampafoje ojitum say nipa bia we djuma say tweneka
sure
ojitum say ye de djuma emma obi biara awo wiase a nipa na bo no homoden e di saa emra no so eye djuma no e wo say ne eka ho say yemfa ma no ye di ma no ana say yemfa ma
me ba so ma wakom say microphone no nti mama Tony nkane di
asa na
onyanwie owia me ba Tony the same thing I mean
the fact of the matter is say mesre yenu anu mo na shebi you say we've given them a tacit job say baby omo tinu they are privileged say constitution omo for say they should take actions in parliament because parliament they amend the constitution
sure
public cry ni populism no me e maso e tete me I get me e tete me because mo who kwai say ni amufo say enya no mu table before the house said ni ese call referendum mun trigger the action
I think an entrenched provision
mun trigger the action and call the president to set up a commission to go into public hearing and then consultation and then let's see where to amend Article 71 okay what are the new ingredients what are the amendable parts in Article 71 let's look at it but and now the government should stop facilitating if you enjoy one if you enjoy two now before you know that the government should stop facilitating when you do this thing you are just telling us
a exhibition of hypocrisy right
you see you are just telling some of us that we are blockheaded we don't know what we are about in black and white we have a challenge as a country the Ghanaian people who vote think say yetumu aba nia eyamu enjoy no ebru yenti asyeso that is their perception and your reality I've seen former members of parliament who are vulnerable today they don't even have a bicycle it's okone yi and I said then ni vulnerability no e feel ni person no e feel crofo no okoso the kind of harassment the kind of pressure enti we am na shebedwani ene as young as you are now predecessors condition ene now for say maybe who there yenti you are calling on something all we are saying is a the government should procure the cars my proposal has always been said all members of parliament should be entitled to a saloon car and a pickup the pickup in your constituency the saloon car in Accra because wherever you're driving from to parliament you don't need an SUV pickup no a constituency when you go use it to do constituency work well unya usika wato SUV
all right
that should be what the government should be doing now
all right
and I believe we will save cost and build a better nation
than what you are doing basa so dey necessary car and saloon we use to Accra how time so akwa no oja na dey obeba na
no kwa etimi oshima
all right
because a saloon car 2 years 3 years no is auctionable to the public officer
all right kama yenwe
ampafoje na me ka se obi pa bia we adwuma a wo se wotwa woka o ti high wo ye wadwuma multimedia boso me so a by right and by law I will say at least say contractor won't for employment one they have to pay you and I'm sure. So na yen MPs any other public officer yet to about more and I hear you mun see ho say munye dwuma bi no I will say to omo kan so nti this question of say yen scrap Article 71 na yen hwe no going forward I'm not talking about we scrapping it I'm talking about we looking at it and then implementing what the law says. MPs, since the inception of this fourth Republican Constitution, it was wrong. They should have argued strongly on the law. Say the Constitution says charge that money on the consolidated fund, but somebody will say it doesn't include a car.
Yeah, time now.
But privilege is in the normal car. So my point is say it's time for us to sit down now and talk. And properly fashion out a strategy for all of us.
All right, thank you very much, Alhaji Kamadin, Deputy Communications Director, Anthony Nukwenu, our regional organizer, Dema, NDC. We did not answer for your work of Pedro Priscilla Ferguson, any upon from the production team in the United States. Yami Adman next week, best show Pampaso.